Okay, this is something really interesting and cool. I was scouring the Dutch marketplace as, I do every now and then. I have a couple of searches, and, sometimes something will pop up. You know how you can save searches on eBay and stuff like that? And it was actually really interesting. I have a search for tarot, so every now and then I will see what's new in tarot on there, and it's basically the Dutch eBay. So, uh, I gotta yawn a little. Sorry, it's been a really long day, but I really wanted to make this video because I'm super excited. So, there was this person sort of selling this lot full of decks, but they were willing to part with them separately. And in this lot was the Isis Tarot. This is really interesting because this is actually a set that I didn't even know was printed in English. It's a Dutch deck, originally by Erna Droesbeke, and Erna really is an authority here in the Netherlands. It's not like she's famous, not at all, but among the cartomancer community, she kind of is, because she has written lots of books about Lenormand astrology and tarot, especially the Grand Jeu Lenormand, which is that huge-ass Lenormand with all the vignettes and all the extra symbolism on there, which I still intend to get, but I haven't found. I mean, I could buy it right now, honestly, but I haven't found the drive to really want to do a deep dive into that. But Erna also did her own deck at some point in the 80s, I believe 85. I didn't even know that, but like, I think about a year ago, they re-released that set in a bigger keepsake box with a slightly bigger book, but I don't think it contained that much extra info. I think, but it's just that, the book was bigger and there was pictures of the cards in there and stuff like that. I did look through that set, and but I don't really buy a lot of Dutch sets because I focus mainly on an English-speaking crowd because that's easier, so I don't really use Dutch sets a lot. So then I saw this and I was like, what? She got published in English. That's so cool. Published by Amber Studio, made in Belgium by Carta Mundi. So this is what the box looks like. It's a cardboard tuck box. This is the art on the back. The Isis Psyche cards have been dedicated to universal spiritual love present in every being. 36 cards with manual. So, immediately you're like, tarot, Isis, tarot. No. Tarot has 78 cards. And obviously, this is not a standard tarot deck because of that. It's interesting. It's obviously, since it's secondhand, it's no longer in order. It comes with a little white book that doesn't explain too much about the origins of these cards. And then you get, a page per card. You get quite a lot of info, actually. So you get the title. I don't know if you guys can read that, but you get the title, a general meaning, what this card has to say about your state of mind, right upside and reverse down, and an oracle message. So that's more of a predictive message. So obviously, what Erna wants you to do is, oh look, there's a little bit of a sheen on there because of the ring light. This is sort of on that old school cardstock, which is fine, but obviously this was intended to be sort of a tarot Lenormand hybrid thingy that she kind of expects you to study. Oh, I'm yawning again. Sorry. Still want to do this video. These are the backs. Not the biggest fan of the branding, although it does look really cool and stylized, and I do like the sort of galaxy effect that's going on. And these are the fronts. Now, like I said, they're no longer in order. However, the first 22 cards would be are considered major arcana. So they are mirrored or sometimes renamed, but they are very much the major arcana. So this is Trial would be the Hanged Man. All of this is painted by Erna herself, which I like a lot. Most of the cards I really love. They have this sort of old-timey 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s divination feel. Especially it's more so 80s. This was printed in 85. Oh, damn. And but I love the way it looks. I don't know, I have this thing for decks from the 80s. They just feel so amazing. So water is the Empress, which is really cool. The star is the star. I adore this image. So the colors are very vibrant. Mercury is the Magician. This is my favorite card in the whole deck. The camera doesn't even show how vibrant it really is. So I think that's really dope. 20 Angel. So that would be Judgment, I think. I'm not quite... Oh, I'm getting my numbers mixed up. Yeah, that's Judgment, obviously. Duh. The Wheel is the Wheel. And we're very much getting Madame Indira tarot feels. We're sort of getting... the astrology tarot feels. So yeah, it's really dope. The Cornucopia is one of the non-arcana cards. It's the last card, and you know, from card 22 up till the end, it's very much symbols that usually make sense and I could use in a reading most of the time. For example, this one. But the Wild Geese, I don't necessarily like know what's up with those, so I would... They're hospitality. Okay, that's interesting. So she has attached meaning to these symbols. So I do find it very fascinating. And once again, such a unique find. I've never seen this anywhere. We get cards for the seasons, obviously. The Volcano, which would be Strength, I think. Yeah, if she uses the Rider-Waite-Smith numbering, which she does. She calls it the Power, but yeah, definitely Strength. So that's cute. That looks cute. The Vagueness is the Fool, which I adore. I adore that. It's very abstract. These are all images and symbols from her dreams. 7, the Flag, that would be the Chariot. 29, Masks, very potent symbolism. Not sure whether or not I like this depiction, though, but you know what would be really cool? If I did, like, if I considered this a system and I made my own version of this. I think that'd be really sweet. Triangle, so that's the Devil. That's really interesting. I wonder what she has to say about that. What I love about little white books like these, especially when it's a system that you have to actually study and learn, is that these little white books do make them very accessible to use. Yeah, the Devil. Okay, that's interesting. Passionate and energetic. Sexual attraction. Magnetic personality. Querent receives more spiritual insight. So, you know, there's even like positive meaning for the Devil there, which I think is really cool. The Sloop, which is most likely about transportation, moving away from a situation. Oh no, that's 18, so that's the Moon. Okay. Interesting. It would have been really, you know, if I ever find the remastered Dutch version, the republished one with the book for a cheap price secondhand, I may get that, if only for the fact that she may have elaborated on the symbolism a little bit more. Did I just pick 2 cards? No, that's just that really good, thick quality 80s cardstock. It feels really nice too. This has barely been used and I love it. The Eyes, so that's the Hierophant, obviously. Maat for Justice makes total sense. Swallows, yeah, I really like that one as well, but I don't know. Sometimes the symbolism explanations are a little bit left field, but you know, we can learn something new. We can add that to our glossary. Movement and change. Mobile and flexible. Decisive, handy, and clever in business. Likes to travel. Active mind. Active. React swiftly and efficiently. Likes to get on. Okay, that's cool. I really like that depiction too. Harvest is a very clear one. Obviously, we all know what that means. Energy, 23. Cool. The swamp. It's an interesting one as well, but we do get all these like Egyptian animals. It does have more of an Egyptian theme than I thought at first. Attitude towards life. However difficult our circumstances in life are, we should keep our heart and conscience pure. Aim at the pure in every human being. Try to have more understanding for your surroundings. Okay. So that's interesting. Winter. The Sphinx for the High Priestess, which is pretty cool. Actually, like that illustration a lot. The Rose for the Lovers. Yes. The Fountain. So that would most likely be the world then. 21. Yeah. Because 22 is vagueness of the fool. Rebirth and no, not rebirth. No. The finish. Fortune and beauty, rejuvenation. You've arrived at the fountain of life. So it's very journey-esque. I don't know. I like it. Snowdrops. Ooh, those are like one of my favorite flowers. Snowdrops. Let's look that up. Hope, expectation, the spring. Ooh, that's really interesting. I like that. Flower basket. So I'm not going to look all of them up, obviously, but, you know, you could use the manual, but you could also use, I don't know, your own, like, intuition a little bit. Barbed wire for the tower. Island. Oh, I'd like to go to an island, honestly. The rock for the hermit. I think that's really clever, really pretty. And I honestly really like these chosen symbols. Fortune. 4 squares for the emperor. Palm trees. The wave. That's interesting. That's temperance. And Giannis. So really, really cool little, let me just shuffle it, pull a card, see what reading we get. And I kind of want to go for we'll just see what happens. So obviously this older cardstock shuffles fine. You know, like Cardamundi, they are still in existence. They do have really great cardstock. However, they are really expensive, as well as, you know, it's still kind of this type of playing cardstock and these finishes, and they haven't really evolved. Like, a lot of people ask me, why do you print your decks in China? Well, because they're the only ones that do cool shit like that, matte gilding and stuff like that. Cardamundi doesn't do that. Ooh, we get the star. So obviously this is a tarot card. This is, by the way, a really simple design and is one of my favorites in the whole deck. So, but let's see what she has to say. The ideal, trusting. That's really pretty. When it comes to your state of mind, when upright, this card means trust and hope. Presentiments. Oh, that's presentiments. Okay, that's an interesting word. A poet and idealist, loves beauty and aesthetics, goodness and compassion, insight and inspiration. So the state of mind is kind of a description of a person all the time. So I do like that. As an oracle card, it says, oh, there's even a little bit of rust here where the, oh, look, there's rust in the guidebook. I love that. The oracle message, trust and faith, development of talents, unity and harmony after a difficult period of emotional upheaval. Querent receives spiritual assistance. Health is good. A change in a favorable sense. So very Lenormand-esque, very Psy Cards-esque. I don't know. I think it's really cool. I hope you guys liked it too. This is a shorter one. It's really funny, but my shorter videos usually don't do that well on YouTube. So let me know whether or not you like this, whether or not you found it interesting. I do really like this deck a lot. I think it's really cool, and it's a really neat little find. It was dirt cheap too, guys. A really neat little find for me to add to my you know, small mini collection of European cartomancy decks. So this has been the Isis Tarot by Erna Droesbeke. Stunning, amazing, cool, vintage, and I love it. Bye.